A single stone in the Ming Dynasty sections of the wall weighs over 1,000 kilograms. Total length estimates for the entire network of fortifications exceed 21,196 kilometers. This structure does not exist as a single continuous line, but as a complex system of walls, trenches, and natural barriers. For centuries, historians debated whether these fortifications served as a simple barrier or a sophisticated communication network. Modern archaeological surveys prove the wall was a multifunctional tool of statecraft. It functioned as a highway for troop movement and a customs checkpoint for the Silk Road. The construction cost millions of lives and vast amounts of grain over 2 millennia. Understanding the wall requires looking past the stone to the political necessity of containment. Here's why that matters. The construction of the Great Wall began long before the Ming Dynasty. During the Warring States period, from 475 to 221 BCE, individual states built walls to defend against neighboring rivals. After the Qin dynasty unified China in 221 BCE, Emperor Qin Shi Huang ordered the connection of these existing walls. The primary driver for this massive undertaking was the threat from the Xiongnu Confederation. The Xiongnu were nomadic pastoralists from the Eurasian steppe who utilized highly mobile cavalry tactics. These horse-based warriors could strike agricultural settlements and retreat before a traditional infantry could respond. The wall was designed to disrupt this specific tactical advantage. By creating a physical obstacle, the Chinese Empire aimed to neutralize the speed of nomadic cavalry. This shifted the military dynamic from reactive defense to controlled border management. The wall served as the boundary between the settled agricultural economy of China and the nomadic pastoral economy of the north. The mechanics of the wall relied on advanced logistics and varied materials. In the Gobi Desert, builders used layers of sand and gravel held together by desert willow branches. In the mountainous regions, workers used rammed earth, bricks, and stone slabs. The Ming Dynasty, between 1368 and 1644, introduced sophisticated kiln-fired bricks and lime mortar. This mortar, often mixed with sticky rice flour, created a chemical bond that resisted erosion for centuries. The wall was not just a vertical barrier, it was an integrated military system. Watchtowers were positioned at regular intervals, typically every 200 to 500 meters. These towers allowed soldiers to observe the landscape and transmit signals. Communication occurred through smoke signals during the day and fire signals at night. A signal could travel hundreds of kilometers in a single day using this relay system. This enabled the central government to react to incursions with unprecedented speed. Common historical narratives suggest the wall was a failed attempt at total isolation. Archaeological evidence shows the wall was actually a tool for facilitating controlled interaction. The wall acted as a massive customs and taxation infrastructure. By funneling travelers through specific mountain passes, the imperial government could monitor and tax the movement of goods along the Silk Road. This included silk, spices, and precious metals. The wall also served as a logistical corridor for the imperial army. The top of the wall was wide enough for 5 horses or 10 soldiers to march abreast. This provided a raised highway through rugged, mountainous terrain that would otherwise be impassable for heavy supply trains. Instead of a shut door, the wall functioned as a filter. It allowed for the movement of trade and intelligence while restricting the movement of hostile armies. The Great Wall represents the immense resource mobilization required for imperial survival. During the Qin and Han dynasties, the labor force consisted of hundreds of thousands of soldiers, peasants, and convicts. The mortality rate during construction was high due to extreme weather and grueling physical labor. This massive expenditure of human capital and grain often strained the imperial treasury. The economic burden of maintaining a standing army along the wall frequently led to civil unrest. In many dynasties, the cost of defending the border exceeded the tax revenue generated by the border's trade. This creates a historical paradox where the very structure meant to ensure security often threatened the internal stability of the state. The wall demonstrates that physical security is inextricably linked to economic sustainability. The Ming Dynasty represents the pinnacle of wall construction technology. Between the 14th and 17th centuries, they moved away from simple rammed earth to complex masonry. They used sophisticated drainage systems to prevent water from pooling and cracking the structure. The Ming Wall is the version most recognized today, characterized by its brick facing and stone foundations. They integrated sophisticated defensive features, including crenellations for archers and loopholes for firearms. The scale of the Ming project required a massive industrial operation to produce millions of standardized bricks. This era marked the transition from a defensive barrier to a permanent, high-tech military installation. The Great Wall of China was never a simple fence meant to stop an enemy.